other. He's a friend from work.
I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe.
Don't you ever talk about me!
The Killing Time Podcast with Lux and Cody.
Boom! And we're back again with episode 2 of the Killing Time Podcast. I'm, of course, Darien Lux. I'm joined with...
Cody Chrissy.
Cody Chrissy.
Getting it in.
Some may call him the Chodester. Right?
Let's go.
That's the official, the Chodester?
I mean, they don't call me that, but that's okay.
I mean, you can't say that no one calls you that.
I know someone that calls me that.
Definitely someone calls you the Chodester. We have many names for Cody. We have the Chodester. We have the Violator.
Oh my god!
Maybe I'll throw a picture of him up in post, and you guys can figure out for yourself.
Yeah.
We got Chody, Chode for short, Toad. Then there's Gerb. The list just goes on and on.
Just goes. It's never ending.
Never-ending names. But that's a good thing, right, though?
Yeah, you just call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Like, that is so overused, but it never gets old at the same time.
Bro, after what we were just talking about, the Violator and everything, and I throw that out there?
Yeah, but it works. It just works. You gotta take it.
It works.
But how are you doing on this fine evening?
I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
How about you?
We got our first little trial run out of the way. That's live now on YouTube. Hopefully people will check it out, and hopefully people will like it enough to sit through 2 bumbling idiots to make it to episode 2. But
I can't even believe I'm doing this. Like,
episode 2 should be better.
It will be.
Maybe it won't, but
it will be.
We're gonna give it our best go. Which we can get into sports, but before we get into sports, I don't even have much to say on this, but I found this today. This news article. Let me present this to you. A Chrome tab, okay, and then I'll throw this in later. All right, so researchers find Queen of the Ocean, ancient great white shark off Nova Scotia coast. Shark named Nakumi by researchers is more than 17 foot long, 3,541 pounds. 50 years old. Look at this thing that they found. They call it the Queen of the Ocean, or its real name is Nagumi. And like I said, 17 foot long, 3,500 pounds, nearly 2 tons up in Nova Scotia.
Dude, that's insane. Does it say how fast it travels through the water? Fine, look it up. What is it?
It can live up to 60 years. Fossils of creature believed to be the ancestor of the great white shark, Megalodon. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's the Megalodon.
Pretty much. I mean, Jason Statham's not going to jump in the water and punch it in the fucking face, but dude, a 17-foot, 2-ton shark that's 50 years old, like,
that's insane.
Just over our shit, just over us. Like, it's eating. How many license plates is this thing eating? How many of Carol Baskin's husbands is that thing eating? Like 50 years of just fucking shit up in Canada.
Dude,
and to be that big, he's eating. She, the mother, the Queen of the Ocean, yeah. She's eating too. But that is, I found that interesting. I just
eats
scrolling the web this morning.
She eats great whites.
Pretty much.
Like
I said,
she's a bad bitch.
I was just scrolling the web, and I found that, and I thought that was pretty interesting. But neither of us are scientists or marine biologists, so not too much we can add to that conversation. But so I was gonna say we were wrong about the Titans Steelers debacle, but really I listened back to it. We said maybe if it was like 8 or 10 players, then they would call it, and that's exactly what happened. So We weren't really wrong.
Well, yeah. Well,
if it would have just stayed 3, I mean, actually, as we saw last night with Kansas City and Kansas City and New England, they had their 2 tests, one on each team, and once they proved that was it didn't spread, and they were cleared, and they just moved the game to Monday night at 7:00. So, had that been the case, had only the initial report of Tennessee stayed, if it would have stayed at that, and it wouldn't have gone on to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players, we probably would have watched the game Monday or Tuesday. So that's unfortunate that it happened.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
I hope for the NFL's sake, when they do this investigation, as pissed as we are as Steelers fans, as a football fan, I hope they don't find like any type of negligence or wrongdoing in Tennessee. Well, that would suck. Well, then it's like if Tennessee can do it, what other organizations are going to fuck shit up too?
Well, here's the thing, dude. I kind of lost my train of thought. I was fixing something, but the issue.
Titans.
Yeah, I know we're talking about the Titans, but I had a point that I was about to make, but I was messing with this mic.
You're fine. Yeah, I'm just saying. I hope it just happened. Like, not that they were lackadaisical or they weren't stringent enough on their protocols. I hope there wasn't any negligence or wrongdoing.
That's what I was about to say. It was because I was about to go off. I wasn't about to make a point. It was about fucking the Titans. I didn't get to play fantasy football this week. So, no.
Please contradict me, please. This is great.
I didn't get to play fantasy football at all because I have how many Steelers on my starting lineup?
Deontay Johnson.
Dude, I have Ben, Deontay Johnson, Ibram. I have players, dude. And I don't get to play this week. I got my dick pushed in by Littlefoot. But
Jeff Isoko.
But back to your point. What the hell inspection is it? What are they looking for? What are they going to declare?
What investigation?
Yeah, they're going to go in and what are they?
So one thing
they don't have a bubble.
One thing I know the league. Right. Well, one thing I know the league for sure put into place is if you watched Hard Knocks, they put those GPS trackers on everybody as long as you were in the facility and around your teammates. Maybe they weren't wearing their GPS trackers because the GPS trackers not only let the team know where the players are at all time when they're on premises, also whenever you're within 6 feet of each other for extended periods of time, an alarm goes off. So maybe they weren't wearing their trackers. Outside of that, they can look into were they wearing masks in the facilities, were they hand sanitizer?
And what if they weren't?
What were they doing?
And what if they weren't?
It'll be interesting to see what the league will come up with. It really will.
They're just going to take money.
Like I said, I really hope it doesn't. I don't want this to get ugly. I just want this to, it spread. It was unfortunate. I don't want this to get ugly as a football fan. I mean, as a Steelers fan, I want to say it's bullshit because it is, but at the same time, I don't want this to happen for the rest of the season. I don't want anything to jeopridize
the interruption.
Us finishing 2020.
The interruption.
Right. Yeah.
No, I understand. I understand that. I'm saying though, what's the play if they do find that?
Fine is the obvious one. I mean, they've already $1.7 million in mask fines.
So I'm saying money.
So fines, draft picks, and then if it comes to forfeitures of games, that's probably like the worst case scenario. They're going to fine you. They're going to take a draft pick away from you, or even if it's a compensatory pick, they're going to do something like that before they're going to make you forfeit a game. But if it gets to that point where the Texans have to miss another week, then maybe that's the route the NFL takes. But like I said, I don't want it to get that bad.
No, I understand. No interruptions.
Yeah, I mean, dude, fantasy football was a shit show because of that game and the New England game because Cam Newton, then you're like, I don't know if I have a New England player or a Kansas City player, the game's getting moved to Monday. Sunday or Saturday, when you're setting your lineup, you're like, I don't know if I'm going to trust these players. I had Sammy Watkins. Listen, I lost Juju. I have Mike Thomas on IR. I was ready to play Sammy Watkins. I had him in my lineup. Well, that game got moved to Monday. At that point, I didn't risk waiting till Monday, So I benched him, picked up a scrub off the waiver wire that got me like 6-7 points from Philadelphia.
I picked up Emmanuel Sanders.
I don't think Sammy Watkins went off. But still, like if this keeps happening, it's really going to mess up fantasy football. And then if you're Greg, he which I guess I should know this being that I'm a commissioner, but this is how rare this happens. Greg left Deebo Samuels in his IR slot. And also not all fantasy leagues use IR. I like to have an IR slot since we're in a keeper league. And if you have Christian McCaffrey who might go down, or if you have Saquon Barkley who goes down for a season, you could throw him in your IR, and that way you have him for next year. That's why we have an IR. But, and this is across all fantasy football from the research I did yesterday. If you have someone in your IR slot who becomes available to play, I don't know what the time frame is. I'm imagining it's Sunday. I don't know for sure, but Greg was not allowed to make any adjustments to his roster by penalty of having a healthy player in his IR. So he didn't add a kicker. He waited because his plan was to add Butker from Kansas City because for whatever reason Harrison Butker was on the waiver wire. So he had me check to see if I could add him on, and since he had a healthy player in his IR, he wasn't able to add anyone from the waiver wire to his team. So he got screwed, didn't have a kicker, and then lost the game because of it.
Good.
If we'd had a kicker, yeah, good because it was Greg.
Good.
And he's bragging about how many points he scores.
Yes, so, excellent.
Good, but just so everyone knows, if you have an IR now, make sure he's on IR. If you leave him healthy in there, it's going to screw over your team. So.
Yeah.
And that's his fault for leaving Deebo Samuel in the IR.
Yeah, because you want to play him.
Yeah.
You want to play him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't know it locked your roster like that, but the more you know.
What did he do? Put him in there because he's questionable.
No, he put him in his IR and just left him there.
Yeah, but he must have put him in when he's questionable. I only put him in if they're out. I mean, like...
Yeah, he never took him out after he became healthy, and that was a problem.
Whatever.
It would be nice... In a perfect world, ESPN would just say, hey, we're kicking this player out. We're going to put him on your bench. And then if your bench is full, alert, you need to drop someone or handle your IR. That would be nice if ESPN would let you know ahead of time. But, like I said, it's Greg. We hate him, and he lost. Good for him. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the schedule for this week. I know we got some good games. Excuse me. We got Buccaneers and Bears for Thursday night. Both 3-1. Bears were off to that 3-0 start. 2 games with Trubisky, 1 game with Trubisky, and then Foles took over. And then Foles started against the Colts and didn't do dick. Which is weird because he has a habit of being the guy that comes off the bench and looks great, and then he starts a game and plays like I don't understand Nick Foles. I don't even really want to get into it because I don't think anyone understands Nick Foles, how he can go from amazing to like a dude that shouldn't be in the NFL. I don't get it.
I mean, is he getting lucky?
I mean, that lucky enough to win a Super Bowl against the Patriots?
Yeah. I mean,
lucky enough. I mean, I think that 1 year with Chip Kelly where he threw for like 5,000 yards, like, I guess he's got some luck.
Yeah, but dude, he had a team surrounded around him.
Yeah, it helps.
Doug Peterson, right?
Yeah. But to beat the Patriots?
Yeah, I agree.
In the Super Bowl?
He's just clutch. Right? He's not not a choke artist. He's clutch. That's just what it is.
Definitely clutch. Rams and Washington. Bills and Titans. Okay, so Bills can put a little.
How's that going to go?
NFL revenge on the Titans. And this is a battle for undefeated. So the Bills are 4-0. The Titans are 3-0. Obviously, they had their bye week, much like us in Pittsburgh. So that is very interesting. It is Bills at Texans, and I think Texans are allowed to have fans. So not that that's going to be a huge advantage because it'll probably be like 10,000 people or less. I'm sure the Bills will win that game. And I don't know how many Titans players are out, but that's an interesting game.
Boy, your boy Josh Allen.
Yeah, of course we got Eagles and Steelers. That should be an easy game for the Steelers. It won't be, but it should. Steelers will have 5,500 people in attendance as of today.
So how do you get in?
Monday. So I got an email and it says tomorrow, being Wednesday. You guys won't see this until next week probably. I got an email that says tomorrow at 11 o'clock is my window. I don't know what that means. I just know at 11 o'clock I'm going to be on
and buy your tickets.
The website and see what happens. Like I said, there's 5,500 seats available. Obviously, they're not confirming that you're going to get your actual seats. And then the good thing is you're going to pay face value, but you're going to pay face value of whatever seat you pick. So there's going to be instances where some people end up paying more than they normally do, and then there's going to be other people that pay less than they normally do. This is the extent of my knowledge. I guess I'll know more tomorrow, and then we'll see how it goes. But they're dropping tickets for the Eagles game and then the Browns game in 2 weeks. And then November, they did not say anything about November at this time.
Should be interesting.
So we'll see. My shit just froze here, of course. What else? Do we got anything else interesting here? Cards, Jets, Raiders, Chiefs, Jags, and Texans. Okay. Well, Bill O'Brien's gone from Tennessee, which we all saw that coming. I mean, the dude was the offensive coordinator, the head coach, and the general manager. Why?
In what world?
Why would you ever give one person that much power? And obviously, it backfired big time. I mean, the Hopkins trade. What a joke! And
you keep saying Titans. You're talking about the Texans, right?
Yeah. Did I say?
Yeah,
Titans?
you did. You said you called it.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you called it Texans Titans twice. What a dickhead!
Yeah, don't listen to me.
It's just because they're on your mind. It's because they're on your mind.
Yeah. And they're the rivals, too, so Texans and Titans fans are both mad at me. But anyway, Bill O'Brien's gone. The Texans suck. The Jags are the Jags.
The Texans, man.
I mean, the Jags could easily win that game. So, that'll be interesting. You know what? Here's a weird conversation I had. Well, not weird. What do you... all right, let me just ask you, before we get into anything. What are your thoughts on Dak Prescott? It's such a weird question, I know.
Right.
What are your thoughts on Dak Prescott?
I think... I mean, first thing that comes to my mind is overrated. I think...
Okay.
Also, I think he lets down more times than not, right? Like, he's just a letdown of a quarterback because of the pressure and the hype that they put around him.
Right.
I don't know. Too much faith in a guy that I don't think performs to the... I don't know.
Do you know what he's done this year statistically?
Not crazy, no.
Not crazy?
No,
like you don't know?
No, I don't.
Crazy or?
Yeah, no, I don't really know much, stats wise.
So he's thrown for 450 yards 3 games in a row, and is the first player in NFL history to ever do that.
Yeah.
He's leading the league in passing, of course, with, let's see, 2020. He already has 1,690 yards through week 4. 9 touchdowns. On pace. So the record is Peyton Manning, 5,400 and something yards. He's on pace for 6,700. Now, we all know chances are he's not going to throw for 6,700 yards. Because not every week he's going to throw for 500 yards. Now, having said all that...
Yeah, let's talk about it. Keep going.
The Cowboys are 1-3.
Yep, let's talk about it. Keep going.
And...
I know he's throwing the football.
50% of those yards were probably in garbage time.
I know he's throwing the football.
So here's how I look at it. And I'm not. This isn't going to be very profound or even that well thought out or examined, because even if you listen to people that do this as a living, there's no consensus on Dak Prescott. There's a consensus on Pat Mahomes. He's the best QB in the league right now. There's a consensus on Tom Brady, of course, as he's the best of all time. There's no consensus on Dak Prescott. You love him, you hate him, he sucks, he's overrated, he's the best, he's the future. No one understands Dak Prescott. And it's because of this very reason. He's thrown for 1,700 yards through 4 weeks into the NFL season, and they're 1-3.
But
they're 1-3.
Dude, he's not a winner. He's not a.
His rookie year, they went 13-3, and since then they haven't done dick.
He's not a winner, dude. He's not a Russ Wilson. He's not an Aaron Rodgers. As far as winning goes, I'm saying.
Right.
Like, bro, the numbers, he's slinging the football, but I'm going to tell you right now, though, it begs for more discussion, because how do you have Dak Prescott throwing the football that much, breaking records with a running back like Zeke Elliott?
Right. So the Browns game, I'll easily give Dak Prescott a pass. Your defense lets up 49 points. Come on. You want me to climb a 49-point mountain? Even if I'm throwing 500 yards. 49 points. When I turned that game on, I saw 49. You know, sometimes they put the yards where the score is.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the Browns, the 49 rushing yards or 49. And then I'm like, no. The Browns have 49 points. The Browns have 49 points against the Cowboys. So that's how bad Dallas's defense is. So, again, like, none of this helps Dak situation. Like, especially with the contract dispute. Now he's got this terrible defense. No one's doing him any favors. Yes, he's throwing 500 yards, but he's only won one game. So, like, this game you can blame the defense, but it's just, for whatever reason, we can't understand who Dak Prescott is, whether it's to his own fault or to his team's fault. They got rid of Jason Garrett. They got a good Super Bowl winning head coach, and still there's a question mark about Dak Prescott. Now, to tie in the reason I brought up Dak Prescott is because of a conversation I had at work. Someone said, buy or sell, Dak Prescott is a franchise quarterback. What do you say?
Buy. In the right organization.
Buy. I said buy too. Everyone else said sell. And I said, I understand that. There's a consensus that Deshaun Watson is a franchise quarterback. What has Deshaun Watson done that Dak hasn't? I think he's won one playoff game. I don't think Dak ever won a playoff game, but I mean, Deshaun Watson's never thrown for 1,600 yards in 4 weeks. I can tell you that. And Deshaun Watson's also had some pretty good teams with DeAndre Hopkins, with J.J. Watt. They had Tyrann Mathieu. They had great linebackers. Deshaun Watson's had great teams, good running backs, receiving targets, tight ends, defense, and hasn't done anything. But everyone will say Deshaun Watson is the future and a franchise quarterback before they'll say Dak Prescott is. And why? Why? How are they any different? Deshaun Watson get some ridiculous contract in the offseason?
Yeah.
And the Cowboys, the most, how do I want to put this? They're the most valuable sports franchise in the world, which is true. You can look it up. There's not a single sports franchise on planet Earth that is worth more money than Dallas Cowboys. They didn't pay Dak. Jerry Jones himself said, "My hand never cramps from writing a check." So Jerry Jones hasn't seen enough from Dak to write him a check, but now fired Bill O'Brien gave Deshaun Watson $100 million whatever dollars. Not that I'm hating on Deshaun Watson, but I think that money is going to come back to haunt.
It was 107.
Houston
It was
Texans.
like 177 million or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous. I mean, there's a saying that you can't overpay a quarterback, but at the same time, we got to see Ben Roethlisberger win Super Bowls young when he had good teams around him, but once they were paying him lots of money, it was hard to put a team around him. And that's why it's been so hard to get Pittsburgh back to the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco wins a Super Bowl with Baltimore Ravens. They give him, at the time, the biggest contract in the NFL. They sucked. They literally sucked until they got Lamar Jackson. Tom Brady has consistently been underpaid with New England. And while they didn't put, of late, they weren't putting the top-tier talent. Like, New England is was, and I guess still is, not that they have Cam Newton. That New England is a free agent destination. Like, free agents go there. New England doesn't draft as well as some other teams. So they pay guys to come on 2 or 3 year deals. Whereas these teams, like I said, like we experienced with Pittsburgh for a decade, and like Baltimore, like these are just examples. It's probably going to have to happen to Houston Texans. Just saying.
You think?
Yeah, I do.
But here's the thing. Let's just compare. Let's just do a quick comparison real quick. Right here. You got in 2017, okay, Deshaun Watson threw for 1,700 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Dak.
That was his rookie year when he tore his ACL?
That's his rookie year.
Yeah.
Dak. So Deshaun gets hurt. Let's do.
Yeah, I think they were drafted in the same year.
No, see, Dak's 2016.
Oh, so Dak's a year older.
Yeah. So let's do the stats for 2018. I mean, Deshaun threw 4,200 yards.
Okay, and I have Dak's up. So Deshaun threw 400 more yards than Dak. 400 more yards. Dak did 38. 22 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. And went 10-6. And what are Deshaun's stats for 2018?
He threw 4,200 yards, 4,165 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, 62 sacks.
Okay, so he got 400 more yards, 4 more touchdowns, 1 more interception. Sacked. He was sacked 7 more times. And what was Houston's record in 2018? I mean, these are very, very similar numbers.
Um, 11-5.
Won one more game.
And let's look at this real quick. This is interesting. It's a good point you make. That's the first thing I say is overrated. But that's not.
And no one calls Deshaun Watson overrated, right? Mm-mm. Some say underrated.
What did Dak? So how much? What's the rushing yards for Deshaun Watson?
2018, Dak ran for 305 yards, 6 touchdowns.
How many?
305 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Deshaun went 551 with 5 touchdowns. How many fumbles?
Again, very, very similar numbers. 12 fumbles.
For Dak?
Yeah.
3 for Deshaun.
Wow. 3's good.
Yeah, it is good. That is very good.
But still, overall, like that was the biggest discrepancy was fumbles.
That's interesting.
And everyone calls Deshaun Watson a franchise quarterback.
Even his own organization.
Yeah.
They just paid him like $177 million or something like that.
Yeah. What's the difference between Prescott and Watson? I have no clue. I mean, I guess if you give me a highlights of Deshaun Watson versus highlights of Dak Prescott, maybe I'll be more impressed by Deshaun Watson. But I've seen Deshaun Watson look pretty bad. Kansas City game to open the season. Last year when they played the Ravens, like when he plays good teams, they get trounced. And granted, like that, I understand that this is an organization with problems, but if we're so quick to call Deshaun the future, the franchise, why aren't we calling Dak? Because he's right there with the numbers. Some instances better, some instances worse.
In this case, 4 games he's crushing.
4 games, you can't even compare the two. I mean, Dak Prescott's the number 1 fantasy player right now. I'm pretty sure.
Well, so
not that that's everything, but
that makes sense to why. That's why I was confused, because that makes sense to why Zeke's numbers are down then. Because he hasn't.
They're throwing so much.
Well, he hasn't even rushed for. I think he went for like less than 100 yards each game so far.
Yeah. They can't run the ball. Their defense is too behind. The Falcons game, they were down 39-10 and came back, or was it 29-10 and then came back? I can't remember.
They got to figure.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like their one win, they were down by either 20 or 30 points. So, interesting. But that's the NFL, and that's what keeps it interesting. Moving on, we got anything else interesting? Colts and Browns, both 3-1. Okay, go Colts. Bronx Pats. Hopefully Cam Newton's back, because it's not that I want the Patriots to do good, but I'm kind of rooting for Cam Newton at the same time. So it's just he's better for the league. Sunday Night Football is going to be a trouncing of the Seahawks destroying the Vikings. And then Monday night, Saints and Chargers. The Saints are looking a little weak this year. Losing to the Raiders.
Well,
they're 2-2. And then the Chargers, they have a rookie quarterback. So Saints should win that game, but everyone's down on Breeze this year. And this is a team that a lot of people were hyped on big, and rightfully so. The Saints have been very good for the past few years, but they had a close game with Detroit, which Detroit you wouldn't call a great team, so it probably shouldn't be as close as that was. So interesting what the Saints are doing this year. But that is the NFL schedule for this week. Should be an interesting weekend of games.
yeah, given that nothing else goes crazy.
Yeah, please. Like it's a Tuesday now. So far, we haven't heard of anything, any negative tests, any new negative tests. So hopefully, they've minimized that to the best of their ability, and we can just get back to playing football. Hopefully, the Steelers win. Hopefully, fantasy goes well. Bye weeks are kicking in now. I had to pick up a kicker because the Packers are on a bye week. The Packers, and I can't remember the other team, on a bye week.
We all know the bye weeks are kicking in. Trust me, found out quick today.
Waiver wire Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What do you
what do you got on the NFL?
What do you think about the Niners releasing Sanu? Mohamed Sanu.
I guess it's just one of those situations where they couldn't make it work.
And him being available.
Yeah, someone's gonna pick him up, I'm sure. He's a good player. I mean, he was good with the Falcons. The Patriots couldn't really get it to work. I mean, he's a good player. I guess they just, I don't know. Maybe they needed the room for someone on the defense. Someone will pick him up though.
Yeah. Let's talk about this real quick. Forget him.
Someone he should go to like Jacksonville or something like that. Like Miami, like a team like that, for sure.
Let's talk about these overreactions real quick.
Okay,
all right. So the first one is the Cowboys should trade Zeke. Your thoughts? No.
No, absolutely not. Why? For what?
All right,
what do they need for defense? Like, they're just 2 years ago, even last year, they had a great defense. So, I don't know why their defense is so bad as it is. They definitely needed better defensive backs, but I think with the offense the way it is, the fact that they can score 40 points a week, can we just game plan? And I don't want to see the Dallas succeed, but maybe if we just game plan our defense a little better, and not be the worst defense in NFL history, maybe we will win some games before you trade top 3 running back in the NFL.
Yeah, let's look at their logic. So, part of it is what I was talking. Was less than 100 yards per game so far. He's carried the ball less than 15 times for the first time ever per game. Because he has been ranked among the top 2 carriers and top 5 rushing yards in the league since his debut in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look here. So basically his numbers suck, right?
So
his numbers suck, but then again, Dak's throwing the football. But do you think this is what I want? This is my take on it, real quick, and tell me what you think. Do you think that? I think that it's not turn away from Zeke Elliott. It's figure out how to put him in your offense. Figure out creative ways to use him.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't be down by 40 points at halftime.
Yeah.
And then you can run the ball. That would help.
But I mean, I think you still put the ball in the hands of Zeke, though. He's a freak.
Sure.
I just think you need to creative
he had
ways.
54 catches in 16 games. Right now, he's at 23 catches. So he's already halved. He's already halved his just in catches of last year through a quarter of the season. So he's on pace to catch 100 balls this year, and that's a running back. 100 passes for a running back. So I think he's all right.
You think he's all right? Let's move on to the next one. So Zeke's cool. It's just how it's playing out this year.
Yeah.
Right? With the offense.
He's got 3 rushing touchdowns. He's got 4 touchdowns total this year. That's a touchdown a week through 4 games. Yeah. You're out of your mind.
All right. Overreacted. All right.
Only Luke Babbitt gets rid of your star running back.
Yeah, right. All right, ready? Josh Allen is the top dual threat QB in the NFL today. Top dual threat. Now listen to what they're saying. And we're going to listen to their reasoning. We're going to read their reasoning behind it because I'm interested. But go ahead. You want me to read the...
So, right now, it's definitely between Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
For sure. Hands down.
So what Josh has that Lamar doesn't is a cannon of an arm. Josh has the strongest arm in the NFL, probably stronger than Pat Mahomes. In the combine, I almost said Columbine, which is terrible.
Oh, man, yeah.
In the combine,
that's what we're talking about.
No one gets shot in the combine.
They were shooting cannons out his arm.
Yes. He threw an 80-yard pass. Like the ball went 80 yards.
I know about it, yeah.
Yeah, so he has the biggest arm probably we've ever seen. He also will run you over, which Lamar Jackson won't do. He'll run you over. He'll stiff arm you. He'll jump over you. He's done all of that. But
top dual threat QB in the NFL.
He got his interceptions are in check this year. He's only thrown one pick, I want to say. His accuracy has improved tremendously. Josh Allen is the AFC Player of the Month. He still fumbles like crazy, and Lamar Jackson with the ball in his hand. Even when you think about Mike Vick, you've just never seen a quarterback look like that. That's why I can't say maybe at the end of the season, but it's very close. It's very close. But there was just Lamar Jackson's a different human.
Let's say
running with the ball in your hands. Allen's probably a better passer, and Jackson's definitely the better thrower. So that's why it's very, very close on how you rank them. But I'm gonna give the nod to Lamar. Even through just the 4 weeks of the season, I'm going to give it to Lamar.
Going to Lamar. All right, with all due respect to reigning MVP Lamar Jackson, it's Josh Allen who just became the first player in the NFL history to post at least 12 pass touchdowns and 3 rush touchdowns in his team's first 4 games. Allen is thriving as a passer in 2020, ranking second in pass yards and third in passer rating. Plus, he's a force of the running game. He ranks 4th in carries and is tied for the 3rd in rushing touchdowns among 3 quarterbacks.
Okay.
So he's doing good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
He's doing good, but I think Lamar Jackson is just on a faster track.
Yeah. One thing in there that really annoys me, and I'm glad that I spoke about Dak Prescott. You said something about the first player in NFL history to throw 12 touchdowns and run 3 touchdowns through the first
4 games,
weeks of the season. That's all well and good, but if he tears his ACL or he sucks for the rest of the year, September doesn't win you games or doesn't win you a trophy. September doesn't do. Patrick Mahomes? The stat last night. He's 32-0 or 32 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's never lost in September. Pat Mahomes has won a Super Bowl, though. These other guys, when we're talking about Dak Prescott throwing for 1,600 yards to open up the season, he could still go 4-12, and he can never have another 400-yard game.
Oh.
So I'm not. And then when you watch sports TV and they're talking about Russ is already the MVP candidate, maybe let's please let's not talk about MVPs. Let's not talk about MVPs through week 4. Because we're one injury away, we're one COVID negative test away from that all be week 8, week 10, then we can get into MVP status.
Well,
but
I mean,
through week 4, dude, I get it. You have nothing else to talk about, but let's not talk about MVP. And I know that wasn't your question. I went off on a little tangent, but
let's think about this.
Like I said,
you think about this though. You got Josh Allen breaking records.
Sure.
Right, and you have Dak Prescott setting records.
Yeah.
But you got Josh Allen that's 4-0, and Dak Prescott's 23. So I mean, this is a good sign for Josh Allen. This is good. This is him owning up to his potential, right?
Like I said last week, the progress he's made from one season to the next
is what you want. But I think that's the progression track. I think that's what I meant by what Lamar Jackson's on a faster progression track. Just because he was doing this stuff last year. He was the MVP.
Lamar didn't start his entire rookie season. He finished the season. His throwing from rookie year to what we saw last year, his MVP season, I don't think we've ever seen someone come that far in that short amount of time.
So let me just run through this real quick for you, and then we can move on. Okay. So Allen, 70.9 completion rate, 1,409 total yards, pass plus rush, 15 total touchdowns, 122.7 passer rating. Okay, Jackson sits at a 64.9 completion rate, 1,348 yards to Allen's 1,409. He's got 11 touchdowns to Allen's 15. And his passer rating is 109.4 to Allen's 122.7.
Yeah.
So Allen right now is currently leading him through week 4, but let's not get excited. Like you said, we want to see consistency, and we're talking about the MVP of the league last year, a hot number in college football. We're talking about a stud here. So
yeah, Josh Allen. And listen, I love Josh Allen, and I love the Bills. They're my second favorite team. You played the Jets week 1.
Yeah.
You played the Jets. You played the Dolphins, the Raiders last week. That was a good matchup, and then you played the Vikings. I want to say, or no, they played the Rams. And they were losing badly, which they came back, but they also got a very, very questionable pass interference that helped them win the game. They probably shouldn't have won that game. But you played Jets and Dolphins weeks 1 and 2. So it's just right there alone. Lamar played the Chiefs. So,
well, and I mean, yeah, 4-0. That goes credit to some of what you're saying. But
Lamar plays the Bengals this week. He's gonna shit all over them with his ass. Like he's gonna walk up and down the field backwards. He's gonna do whatever he wants against them. Like, and I hate we're Steelers fans. We hate the Ravens. I don't want to see them succeed. It just is what it is. I think Lamar's the better quarterback right now.
You have to give credit where credit's
Josh Allen is doing what he needs to be doing, and I love what I'm seeing from Josh Allen.
You have to give credit where credit is due. All right, I got 1, 2, and 3 more. I don't know how much where the 2 out of the 3 are, but one of them's pretty good. But let's talk about this right here. Matt LaFleur is already a Hall of Fame caliber coach.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude's won 1 playoff game. Jesus Christ. Is Mike Tomlin a Hall of Fame coach? He's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's lost a Super Bowl. And he's never had a losing record. So, no. No, you... Dude, just like the MVP talk. Like, we can't bastardize the Hall of Fame. Like, that is what the game is all about. Like, etching your name into history. Having the career that lasts, that people remember, that changes the game. It's what it's all about. And we weaken it by having these conversations. Matt LaFleur in his second year of coaching. We're going to say he's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay,
no.
Ready?
No.
With a career record of 17-3.
Oh, 17-3. He's played 20 games. Wow.
Matt LaFleur has the best winning percentage of any coach in NFL history.
Go fuck yourself.
Yes, better than Bill Belichick, John Madden.
Oh, yeah, through 20 games.
Yep. Vince
That's
Lombardi.
Job.
So
yeah, the dude the trophy's named after. This is a troll job.
Okay, so
Jesus Christ.
So we're the 100% overreaction.
Yeah, they should stuff a great Wisconsin cheese up this dude's ass.
Yeah, I agree. All right, here, this is a good one. Joe Burrow is the best passer among QBs selected first overall in the last 5 years.
Sure. The dude threw 60 touchdowns for LSU. Sure. That's not an overreaction. Who else was taken first overall? Baker Mayfield.
Kyler Murray, Jared Goff.
Kyler Murray. I mean,
and we're talking his NFL season.
Yeah. Oh, I know, but yeah, he's better than Baker Mayfield. He's better than Kyler Murray. At just passing the ball, sure. Yeah.
You agree?
Of course. That's not even an overreaction. Yeah, he's a better thrower. Easily.
All right, and this is kind of stupid, but the 2020 Colts defense is the best in franchise history.
I don't know enough about the Colts.
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't know enough about the Colts, but they've looked great through 3 weeks. They played bad week 1, but they looked great through 3 weeks. They're definitely shutting shit down. But like I said, I don't know enough about
I don't either.
The Colts history.
Me neither. So moving on.
Okay. Anything else?
I got nothing.
Okay. So, I got a little, whatever you want to call it, quiz, challenge, whatever you want to call it here. So I got three things here, and I just need you to guess the year it was made.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just open this up first. So I need you to guess what year this was made. Once I make it available to you. Okay, here it is. All right. Guess what year this Volkswagen Beetle was made.
That one?
Yeah.
1970.
1970. So, this is a 2003.
Oh.
In Brazil, they made the old school 70s style. Well, this might be older than 70s. I don't know when this body style originated. But in Brazil, they continued to make that body style until 2003. Volkswagen. So that's a factory-built Volkswagen Beetle.
With the body
2003.
style. Wow, that's interesting.
How incredible is that?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
When I was working at the drive-thru in the beer store, a guy pulled through in one, and I'm like, my college buddy had a 73 Beetle that looked exactly like that, 72, 73. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, my buddy's got a 72, 73. What year is this? He's like, it's actually 2000. I think his might have been a 1 or 2. Mexico, I think Mexico cut theirs a year or two before Brazil. He's like, a Mexican built, brand new from 2001, 2002. I'm like, that is awesome.
That is awesome.
That they continue to make an old car like that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's from the 70s.
Yeah.
I would have never known it was the 2000 era.
Okay, moving on. All right. Now you got to guess what year this picture was taken.
I'm going to say 2006.
Holy shit. So 2007 was the last year. No. 2004 or 5 was the last year you were allowed a single bar face mask. But Scott Player, who was the punter of the Browns in 2007, was still grandfathered in to keep that face mask.
Yeah, you know.
So he wore that. He's the last player in the NFL to have a single bar, and he wore it until 2007.
Let's go.
So very good.
Let's go. I know who that was. Seen his gray mustache. The mustache gave it away.
He played for Arizona before that.
The gray mustache.
Okay, now what do you know? Do you know? I don't know if this is in your wheelhouse at all.
What?
Are you anime? What do you?
Oh, dude, no.
What do you know?
Come on, man.
Either.
Get the fuck out of here with this anime bullshit.
Nothing.
Don't even go there. What are you trying to prove here?
You got to watch this trailer here.
Oh.
And tell me what year this was made. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, of course.
Why am I so slow at this? Okay. Window, QuickTime. Okay, share. And, okay, can you see?
Yeah.
Nothing's playing yet. Okay.
I can see.
First of all, before you guess, I don't know shit about anime. I've watched one anime ever, and it was Spirited Away, which I highly recommend. It was distributed by Disney, but not made. The only anime I've ever seen, and I highly recommend it. Spirited Away. I don't know shit about anime. That looks badass. I saw this ad on Facebook recently because it was played in IMAX. Akira was played in IMAX. And I thought that looked badass. And it's actually on Hulu or HBO Max. And I'm not going to promise this, but I'm going to try to watch it before the next episode so I can talk about it. What year do you think that was made?
Talk about what?
Akira.
The anime.
Yes.
Dude, spare yourself the fucking bullshit. Come on, man.
You don't think that looked badass?
No, it looked like a bunch of origami paper crumbling and shit, man. No, fuck out of here with that. No.
You don't think that looks cool?
No, it doesn't look cool. Not at all. And that was like 2018.
1988.
1988.
Now.
What is 4K?
Now tell me that.
What is 4K?
It was re-released in 4K IMAX.
Well, you can't show me that and then tell me.
That's why I did it. Dude. So listen, I'm scrolling through Facebook and Cinemark it was Cinemark. Akira now in IMAX. I watched the trailer. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, this looks incredible. I don't know shit about IMAX. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I might go see an IMAX movie in the theaters. Never went. Then I look it up. It's from 1988. Dude, that animation is incredible for 1988.
No,
that's dude, like I was blown away. I was blown away. I thought that was a brand new movie. 1988.
Play it again. Play it again. Play it again.
Play it again.
Play it again.
It's incredible.
No, they remastered it, dude. That's not what the original looked like. That's not the original.
Incredible.
That's not the original.
I mean,
that's remastered.
There's only, I don't know how much you can do to animation though. How much can you do to it?
They just remade it. Just used the whole story. Just remade it.
No.
Come on.
That's it. Nah,
the Jetsons.
That was it. That was drawn before 1988.
The Jetsons look better than that.
I don't know if I'm gonna put the clip in the final cut because we're already getting copyright strikes, but I'll definitely put screen grabs and I'll put a link in there.
A link so people can go watch this.
Yes.
No, right below it, put the suicide hotline. So afterwards, when they want to kill themselves, they can call.
You think it looked that bad?
That stupid anime stuff. Come on, man.
I don't like. Come on, dude. I thought that looked badass. The tank blowing up, the motorcycles.
Bro, watch Speed Racer.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Have you ever seen? It was an anime. I haven't seen the anime, but I've seen the live action. Have you ever seen Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson?
No.
Okay, so that another movie I highly recommend. I've never seen the anime, but it's called Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. Other than Doctor Strange, some of the most impressive visuals I've ever seen in a movie are in Ghost in the Shell. Me personally, I could be wrong.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I think that movie.
What do you know?
Incredible. I don't know, Dick.
Yeah,
but to me, that movie looked just visually incredible. But I guess.
Visually incredible, like more so visual than when Avatar came out on Blu-ray.
Oh yeah.
By far.
Yeah, blows it away.
What is it? What is this movie we're talking about here?
It's in the it's futuristic. It's not in Japan. It's in Hong Kong. Scarlett Johansson, she is a human brain inside a cybernetic body.
What's it called?
Ghost in the Shell. And she works for like the Japanese government. She's like a Japanese assassin, like almost like a Japanese. Think of like a Japanese CIA. She's like a special agent for Japan.
This looks like some Tron shit.
It's kind of like Tron, but it's an action movie, really. It's not like super spacey. It's an action movie. The movie's good, but for me, whatever reason, the visuals in that were just off the chart.
Stood out.
Off the chart. Yeah, off the chart. The city, when they're in the city looks incredible. Incredible. Some of the best, like I said, other than Doctor Strange, just when it comes to like CGI, some of the best I've ever seen. Because Doctor Strange is probably some of the best. Then, of course, you can get into Infinity War, Endgame, that shit too. But some of that's like over the top. But I think...
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah. Incredible. So, I definitely recommend it.
Nice.
All right. We ready to wrap this thing up?
Sure.
Anything else you wanted to get into?
No, nothing crazy right now.
Awesome, dude.
Dude.
This is fun. Episode 2 in the books. Next week we'll come at you with 3. Hopefully some good games this weekend.
This is only going to get better. Better.
For sure.
And it's just about having fun, relaxing.
Hell yeah.
Rocking out, dog.
Maybe in the future we'll get guests on here, special secret surprise guests. But That's more is to come. More is to come in the future.
Bro, let me tell you what happened to me today real quick.
Please.
Let me tell you this, dude. So, I got a washer and dryer delivered. And
What, Samsung?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Just guess.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, dude. No, that's not funny. That isn't funny. But I'm about to send you a picture of him when I'm off here. So, I paid... it was free shipping. It was free delivery with Lowe's or whatever.
Nice.
Because it should be because of how much I paid for a damn washer and a dryer.
Yeah.
So, don't let them get you on the scam. It's the biggest scam in the world when they say free delivery. Bro, you should have seen, dude. They put me to work. I was working. No, dude, it's not even funny. Listen, I was working.
French, please.
Dude, no, I'm not even joking. I had to get pliers. I was in the back, bro. Listen, they're like, you're gonna move because they're taking my old stuff.
Sure.
They're taking out my old stuff. So it is convenient, right? Free delivery.
Sure.
Taking my old stuff, that's fine. I appreciate that part. But basically, that's the truck doing that.
Right.
He's like, you're going to move this stuff out so we can bring the new in? And I'm like, dude, you're taking this stuff out. He's like, well, we need it unhooked, and we need you to pull it through the doorway. Bro, I swear to God, I'm sweating. Dude, at one point, he was standing over top of me. Like, dude, seriously, the guy from Lowe's. I was, like, on my hands and knees in the back trying to get this clamp off the washer hose, right? And I'm, like, sweating. Dude, and I'm, like, looking back at him, and he's over top me, dude. Like,
come on, bro. Come on. We're working.
I'm, like, mounted at this point, dude. I'm like, he's, like, mounting me, and he's like, you getting it? I'm like, bro, you need to step back just a little bit, just a little.
I'm trying to get this Lowe's cash.
But, bro, they put me to work. I had to do everything.
We're working for sure. For sure, homie.
Yeah, it was miserable.
At what point did you look down and see the blue apron on you?
Dude,
hi, my name is Cody.
Dude.
Like, they had you indoctrinate. Like, you were like, oh, yeah, aisle 14.
So,
but meanwhile, they needed aisle 26. Like, you go to Lowe's and you're like, oh, I just need a washer. And they're like, they send you down to appliances. And, of course, there's no washers. Then you're out in, like, home and garden digging through mulch. Like,
oh, you gotta go see paint. No. You gotta go see guy paint. He'll tell you.
In the bathroom, the homeless dudes are in there getting blown. Like,
yeah. Listen. So, I get the clamp off. I'm sweating bullets, dude. I get the hoses unhooked, everything like that. I drag them out into my kitchen, through my laundry room into my kitchen, and this cocksucker comes walking in with a dolly, dude. Right? He goes, I drugged the washer and dryer out to an area that they could get, and he comes walking in with a dolly, and I'm like, bro, I could have just used that, man. Where was that at? And he was like, oh, that's in the truck. That's for us to move it out of the house.
Oh,
I was like, come on, man.
How convenient. Yeah,
I was like, come on.
You know what? Oh, you know what? That's actually, you should be flattered.
They didn't do anything.
You should be flattered. No, they viewed you as an able-bodied human being.
Yeah. Yeah, but the funny thing was my steps down off my deck are so steep, dude. I lost it, dude. I lost it. The fucking dude.
No, listen. If they would have took washer and dryer to your grandparents' house, they wouldn't have done that. They wouldn't have had them do any of that.
Yeah, they would have.
Would they have?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, these guys were slave drivers, dude. These guys were the real deal. These guys didn't mess around. No, dude.
What movie is Ben Stiller at the old folks' home? And he's like,
oh, that's Happy Gilmore.
That's what it is?
Yeah, Happy Gilmore. He's like, check out the name tag, Grandma. You're in my world. Yes. She's like, can I trouble you for a warm glass of milk? Bro, he's like, can I trouble you for a warm glass of milk? But listen.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So, at one point, I was down on my hands and knees, like I said, unscrewing that thing. and around the other corner of the washer, I went around one corner, around the other, just came a bowl with water and bread. He just slid it over to me, dude.
God.
It was the craziest thing.
God.
But the funny...
All I'm picturing... Go ahead.
No, the funniest part, let me tell you this real quick, dude. When they were taking my old washer out, they were taking it down the steps, and this guy's like, dude, the one guy goes maybe, I don't know, $130. I'm serious, like $130, and the other guy, Twig, dude. He was so skinny, skinny. And the other guy, maybe like 165 pounds or 170 pounds, right? Like nothing big. These are two little guys, dude. They took my washer down. That Twig, he was in the front. Oh, no. He was in the front, bro. I swear to God, I'm not even kidding you. He slipped, went down,
and
when he
crumpled.
Pretty much, but when he went down, bro, he was able to like push himself out of the way, and it drugged the other dude down, dude. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, dude. Listen, I was so happy. I laughed out loud in front of them. I was so happy. Had me on the floor like a dog.
Why is Lowe's sending choir boys to do appliances?
Oh my god, dude! On the dolly drugged that kid. I was like, oh my god. The other guy's down on the ground on his back. Like, it was the greatest thing I ever seen in my life, dude. It was.
What a shit show.
Oh.
Does the Samsung play a song whenever it's done? Like doesn't it play like a song?
It better not. It better not, because I just got done taking a Louisville Slugger to my smoke alarms that I got in here. Mm-hmm. They won't shut the fuck up. My wife says, I said, change the battery. We're changing the battery. I changed the battery. It still's like beep beep beep. It's still, dude, beep 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 beep. And I'm like, listen, if this thing goes off one more time, I'm not even kidding you. I'm smacking it with a fucking 9-iron.
And then you light a fire and then they go off. They don't beep.
They don't work. No.
Yeah.
So I keep Googling this thing. I'm like, why does it keep beeping at me?
I just heard it.
Did you hear it? Yeah.
Bling, bling, bling.
Bro, it's a carbon monoxide.
Yeah. You should be dead by now if it went off that many times.
It's trying to tell me that it's still working because I can't smell the shit.
Oh, thanks. It's work. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Well, work and shut up while you do it.
I already took the one out of my bedroom. It's done.
Nice.
Destroyed.
Gronk spiked it up the ground because he can't do it anymore.
Oh, fucking Gronk.
All right. Well, pleasure talking to you like always.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Let's wrap this thing up.
Wrap it up, my man.
Night, soldier.
Yep, take care,
Night,
buddy.
everyone. Take care.
Later, guys.